Amplified greetings. My name is Dynamite Nyalungu, the leadership that led the leader to the leading lead. Thank you so much for the comments and the love received for part one of my Q&A session. Welcome to part two. Hope you will enjoy it just as much. Before I get into the questions, someone asked me, why is it that I'm always wearing this hoodie? Is there a significant meaning behind it? And if so, I should share. The story behind this, it's from a male friend of mine who was visiting me during O Week in 2019, and I was feeling cold and I couldn't go to rest. I was on campus. So, yeah, I stole it since then. It's nothing really hectic or nothing special that much, but yeah, that's just the story behind it. And I think it's one of the reasons why I'm still single, because I'm always wearing this, and obviously people will assume that, oh, did Budbay did the things, but honestly it's nothing of that nature. It belongs to a friend. It used to belong to a friend, and I like it because it's comfortable, it's warm, and I speak more sense when I'm wearing it. A lot of my videos I'm in this hoodie, and I really am, yeah, I'm speaking sense. Okay, let's get on top of it. How did the name Dynamite come about? Typical story. There's a soapy called Skim Sam where there's a character called Maruti married to a much younger woman, Rachel, and he calls her that, Dynamite. I was intrigued by the enthusiasm he had when calling her that. And this one time I was supposed to take on the platform to speak, and I wanted a stage name. It was supposed to be a once off thing, just for that moment. And I said to them, my name is Garabo Dynamite Nyalungu. And to them, it stuck, it stuck on people's lips, and the name suited how I presented my craft at that point, because I was very electrifying. I brought in the energy, the fire, the jokes, because I was still cementing, I was still forming a foundation for for becoming a speaker, and yeah, I needed to. And when I looked at the definition, and it suited, and I was like, why mess with a winning recipe? So yeah, here we are. What advice would you give to someone who is not confident because of acne? I've had acne since I was 8 years old. I still have it. I still have severe scars from it. So, yeah, I've always been an outspoken child. So, I was never bullied or teased because of it. And if I did stand up for myself, until puberty, because when puberty comes, you want attention from the other sex, right? You want to be noticed, Luen, I get. But then amongst my group of friends, I was often the one who was least noticed or even not noticed at all, and the gents made it very obvious that it was because of my skin. So to me, it really tried messing up with me until I was like, I need to invest in something that no one's gonna take away from me. Yeah, they can have the looks, they win, but I needed something that I can invest in, so that I get to be, more attractive beyond my looks, So yeah, and that for me was books and personal development, self education. So I invested a lot in that. I bought books. For me it was more about, and I think that's where it all started, this thing of wanting to know what else does someone bring to the table outside of looks, because yeah, the looks are what I see, but if the the brain, the mind does not match the looks, then I'm disinterested. I think that's where it started. So yeah, I started investing more in my looks, in my mind, than I did in my looks. I was also never the neat learner. I was clean, but I was not neat, until maybe I got to metric, because metric for me, I was like, I'm smooth sailing now. The hard work is now done. That was how metric was for me. But I was never the neat child. I was just the the clean one, and I invested in knowledge, and I just was obsessed with having a constructive argument in debates. And I was never really into looks because of being denied attention from peers who were of the opposite sex because of acne. But it's just an addition to your description. It really doesn't take away anything from you. You are not you don't become incompetent by virtue of having acne on anything, So just take it like that. It's an addition to your description, nothing more, nothing less. I'm still trying to find products that are gonna work and clear this off. We all want to have a radiant skin, a clear and radiant skin. But if it's not there, it's not there. Life goes on. Now we should deny ourselves certain pleasures of life because we are not having a clear, radiant skin. No, we move. Are you where you said you will be 5 years ago? I think this stems from my 5-year plan, which I always share. And no, by God's grace, I am beyond where I thought I'd be 5 years ago. And I think it's because of the people who were put on my journey and the programs that assisted me to become the woman, the young woman that I am today. And I'm very grateful for that. I remember there was a point at school where learners were protesting against the fact that I was always featured in everything that happened at school. But people forget that you are called for a career expo, especially in the science stream, because of your marks. A lot of the times you don't just go to career expo as a whole, as the whole class. They want 15 learners and you get there because of your marks. So I did get the marks. But here's what I did. I was a very hardworking opportunist. I still am. I got the marks and I got there. I know that I'm going to meet other students from other schools, and it's not just students, it's teachers, it's event organizers, and is representative from that department, either from the Department of Education, or if it's a transport expo, the Department of Transport, there would be a representative, and there would be the media there. And I have this talent, this gift in me of motivating people, of speaking sense into people, of developing people, you understand? So why not use that platform and expose my talent there and expose my gift there? So I had that opportunistic eye to a point where whenever I did that, the media would capture that, and then it would be followed by an interview, and they would ask, which school do you go to? Then I'll tell them, now Mapia Secondary School, I'm putting the school on the map. So of course, the next time there's a career expo, I will be chosen. And the marks were there to support it anyway. So that was what people failed to understand then. But we move. um how does it feel to be a part of the Bidvest Wits family? Um, yeah, now it's a bittersweet moment, and if you were a football fanatic, you'd understand why. But let's not get into the politics of it. It was great. It was amazing. The clouds I got. But before the clouds, you remember now I had to pitch. They didn't host auditions and said we want this kind of person to come and do this for us. I went there and said, this is an idea. I pitched it, and yeah, I was directed. I was very fortunate to be directed by people who knew where to take me to, who to take me to for such a thing that I was pitching. And for me, the difficult part was pitching and transitioning, because I'm a die-hard Mamelodi Sundowns fan. I'm from Mamelodi, and yeah, Sundowns was home to me. Now I came to Bidvest Vets. How do I align with the brand? You need to convince the person, why do you think you should be aligned with the brand, and how does it benefit both you and the brand? And you get there, you don't know who you will talk to, you don't know them, you saw them picture, you got referred to them, you don't know them in person, they don't know you. So a lot of convincing in the pitch had to be done, you understand, because now you're pitching something that is foreign to the club. It's never been done, so why should we give you a chance? I needed to prove myself, and yeah, the lady gave me a tough time. Marcel Gutumela. But after that, it was opportunities galore. She really vouched for me. She really gave me a platform. And I'm very grateful that there was a point where I had a syndrome, it's not in my job description syndrome, where I was offered a lot of things and I turned them down. I was like, nah, I just want to be on the pitch, interview the coach, wada. But I'm so glad that I got myself out of that thing real quick, because sometimes you miss opportunities, you miss the chance to maximize on given platforms because you are very picky. So I had to sit myself down and was like, if getting this platform is gonna then expose you to this and that and that, why not get it all? Don't be so stagnant and be stereotyped to go want to pursue one thing. You can get as much as possible. And the glow did come after joining after joining the family. I remember I had two jeans, literally, before I joined the team, the club. And afterwards, things happened. And then now we were growing, and I got to buy myself more jeans, and it felt good. Something you do with your own money, it really feels good. And the transition, I'm from Bopitso Mzimane, Botlhompokikana, Botapelo Morena. Now you need to move. I remember that back line from from Vets used to give me a tough time. I'll post a video where I was trying to do a football bulletin, about the squad for Bafana Bafana. And then the backline was the Vets Club backline, and they gave me a tough time. Hlatshwayo Hlanti, Mkhwanazi, and Kit. they gave me, yeah, a tough time. I couldn't get the surnames right because I was very unfamiliar, transitioning from the MDC club, your Promising Kuma, Keisha Smailula, and Mdlulis. Now you come to QnA, Rowan, and Snenjongo Mkiva. Like, the transition was a bit difficult. Now you need to know the jersey number and the surname and everything. But otherwise, they welcomed me really well. I was allowed also not to abandon my own team, Mamelodi Sundowns. I was supposed to do what I have to do as with the great enthusiasm that I had to do, but they didn't give me an ultimatum. It was like, it's either us or Sundowns, you understand? So they understood that I'm a football fan. Bottom line. So why not have both? They allowed me to make mistakes. They allowed me to learn from mistakes. I what I loved is that they are a family. It's a brotherhood of some sort. I speak about it in depth in my second book, Purpose and Dominance 2. So let me not waste your time and just keep it sealed by the book. Yeah. um do you talk to yourself? If so, what do you say? Yes, I do talk to myself quite a lot, all the time. And now, recently, the thing I've been telling myself is, don't forget to be happy. You will always be in pursuit of something. This is life. You'll always be in a continuous state of wanting to achieve more than you have. But remember to be happy. Don't wait. Don't think you will be happy once you achieve this. As you are moving along your journey, don't forget to be happy. You need to be in a constant state of happiness. You need to be in a constant state of choosing what makes you happy. What drives a lot of people through depression and an unstable mental state. I've been there. You'll hear about it in my second book. What drives people there is often not acknowledging and not pursuing happiness along the journey. So don't forget to be happy. That is what I say to myself. Would you date a footballer? No. Mark me absent and give me zero. And every way, like amateur, varsity cup, development, nationally, international. No, mark me absent and give me zero. I think Diabazela. And of course, it's a generalization because I've only been exposed to my friends in the football team and my friend in the football world industry and a bit of others. But I was like, okay, so this is how a lot of you live. Nah, fam, give me zero. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not looking to date a footballer. But if it happens in future, how it would have happened. I don't want to be the person that stands on love's way. But at the moment, no. And also because I'm trying to get into the industry. And I wouldn't want to have speculations being made. I would like to get there on merit, on hard work, and on consistency in what I do. Not speculations, not allegations, because things can just be cooked out of nowhere. So no, I'm not looking to date a footballer. Um, what's it with you and Xhosa guys? You see now, Xhosa guys, the LGBTQA plus and babies, little kids. I have an affinity for them. I have a soft spot also for them. I don't know why. Yeah, if you want to rob me, send a Xhosa guy or someone from the LGBTQI community. And I think with Xhosa, it started from a crush I used to have so hard on Zika from the soil. So yeah, that guy made me love Xhosa, made me want to learn about the culture, learn the language. Ndibawe lutsiki nami, ndibe umakazi, And yeah, so every Xhosa guy I see, I just see a meaning Zika there. And yeah, things go really well. On a serious note, I get along really well with them as well as the LGBTQIA plus. And that I think I was conscientized very early, and I appreciate the programs that made sure that at 12 years old I was already conscientized about that group of people, because at that time, Emilia, they were the LGB. The other letters, the other groups were not yet as recognized as they are now. But at 12 years old, I was already conscientized about that. It was a program called Love Life, school holiday program. I was conscientized about refugees. So, which is why for me now, I don't find it difficult to form relations with foreign nationals. I don't find it difficult to form relations with the LGBTQI communities because I was conscientized at an early age. And I wonder, where are those programs now? Because if you want to change, you really need to start somewhere. I really think that had it been consistent since 2012, when I was 12 years old, till now, we would have at least a generation that is informed. Homophobia wouldn't exist as much as it is. We wouldn't have people being killed for their sexuality. So I really think such programs are really needed.